verse on them. Bring them to the wake, break them with a requiem and throw them in the pit and throw a little bit of dirt on them. Dirt on them, throw a little dirt on them. Trigger fingers in the air, put a little work on them. Work on them, put a little work on them. Trigger finger in the air, put a little dirt on them. Put a little dirt on them.
Hello guys, this is Space Dragon here. Now, I wanted to talk about this for a while, but I recently finished Banana Fish, and it's just that. It's great. Probably one of the better manga I've read. So, Banana Fish to me was like, it was really relatable because the character went through some abuse, and for me, I've been through that type of stuff, so I could really relate to this character. So really, Banana Fish is this like love story, kind of a love story, kind of not. It's kind of its own thing in some parts. It's basically about a boy named Eiji, and then you have a teenager named Ash Lynx. He's basically a mafia gang member, and he's a leader of a mafia gang in New York. It's really weird because you don't see a lot of manga. I can tell from looking at the lens. So it's really weird because you don't see manga taking place in New York that often. It's kind of unheard of. I don't know. I just haven't really seen that type of like work cut out for manga. So this is a gritty take on like a type of drug that like kind of like, it's like a berserker drug. It kind of like wipes people's minds, and you go kind of like, well, berserk is basically the way I could put it better, or not. So I guess like with this series, it's like a 1988 manga, so it's pretty old. So it's not gonna be like reading Berserk. The art style isn't quite as refined, and well, it doesn't really age very well. Like I could even show you some panels in the video, so you'll probably see a few in there. Really good manga though. So to me, Banana Fish was like the series that got me more back and refined in the manga. Like it's just, I don't know, I love it. It's great. So what does Ash Lynx do when a drug called Banana Fish changes his entire life? Like what happens when his brother, older brother, gets injected with this drug? What does he do? Well, the drug almost works instantly, so like, I'm not really good at this type of videos, I'm sorry. What does he do when somebody changes his entire outlook on life? Like, that is two different questions I've been throwing in this manga, or maybe even three, if I said three at all. And honestly, this is like the badass I needed in my life, because he's like, Ash is a badass, okay? Like, he's pretty cool, he's pretty witty, he's pretty intelligent, he has an IQ of 200. So, if that doesn't tell you anything, it's just like, he's like, I would even say he's a bit more intelligent than Light Yagami, don't get me wrong, I love Light Yagami. He's okay. Psychopath, obviously. So in case you guys are wondering, this manga has no chapters. So if you want to read this series, just keep that in mind. It might turn some people off, but like, you could probably naturally just figure out where you need to stop in this book. So this manga has no chapters, so if you ever want to read this, just keep that in mind. It's very vivid in scope. It's very well built in the world. It's very intellectual. It's a deep series, and it's also a tearjerker. Like, it actually made me tear up a bit. So yeah, I got a little bit depressed from this. Like, it's sad. It ends on a really sad note, guys. So just keep that in mind when you read it. This is probably like my top 10 manga I've read. So even though it has like a few typo errors, it doesn't exactly turn me off at all. I actually love the entire scope of the manga, and I just think it doesn't age very well, but it's good. It's good. That's all I could say. I'll probably read it a second time if I really wanted to. So this series is really heavy in dialogue, and again, there's no chapters, so let's try that. So in spite of the dark undertone, it goes pretty smoothly. And again, there's like no chapters. Just keep that in mind. So basically, the antagonist is named Dino. He's like, he kind of like owns Ashlinks in beginning parts. Like he's like some type of property basically. But he's kind of like Marvel's Kingpin. And if you don't think that that's not Marvel's Kingpin, I don't know what else you think. You might be an idiot. I might be the idiot. But like, come on, guys. He's literally like Japan's Kingpin. Like, that's how I see him. He's a really, really cool villain, if I'm being honest. I love him. I don't love him. He's a pedophile. So, again, he's like the quintessential of what a good villain should be. Now, there's a few villains in this series, and I'd say they're all actually pretty dang good. So you got, like, the Lee family, you got Blanca, you got the militaristic group. I can't really remember what it's called, so apologize in that regard. That's about all I can say right now for that part of this video. Overall, I really enjoyed this manga. I just felt like it had like a lot of good ideas. It had a lot of cool elements, and I'm trying to keep this as spoiler-free as possible, so I'm just wanting you to read it with basically knowing almost nothing. You can even watch the anime. The anime is just as good, mate. So just have that in mind. It's a very, very beautiful story about love and relationships. It's maybe less love. It's like a I accept you type of love, like from Vinland Saga, for instance. And really, it's just like, it's beautiful, man. I don't know how else to put it. It's just, yeah, I don't know how else to say. Ashlinks is best boy. So I learned a lot. I learned about mafias. I kind of learned a bit about like how type of deadly plants that there are for the Lee family. And I learned about racism. Racism is a pretty tired trope in this manga. There's like a Chinese mafia, and then you have the, I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, if you want to read something that's like a bit more dark in undertone, if you want to read something that's a bit more, I don't know how to put it in context. Like, I don't know. It's a really unique relationship between like two very different people. So you got Ashlinks, which is the main character in the series, and you got Eiji. I think that's how you say his name. I'm not quite sure. Eiji is a young 19-year-old boy, and then you have Ashlinks, which is he's a 17-year-old gang member, and a gang basically, a mafia. You know, you can't really relate to this character on a personal level, but like, he really is just, I can't tell if I'm looking at the lens or not. Sorry if I'm not. It's really just a beautiful story about like two people that really shouldn't work together, but they do. And it's just like, it's so heartwarming seeing these two people like having each other's backs and whatnot, and like it's just a beautiful story, really. I don't know how else to put it. So think of maybe, you know, my main problem with this is that it says it's a shoujo manga, but it's more like a mix between a shonen and seinen. It's more of seinen, really, I guess you could say. It's some people consider it yaoi, but it's not a yaoi. So this is Space and Dragon, guys. So I know this video is a little bit short, but I didn't want to spoil it too much. But if you guys want to subscribe, like the video, comment, leave a like, and wear masks, guys. I know COVID-19's really been hard on some people, so just keep that in mind. Yeah, so if you guys want more content, you just gotta like this video, and I'll keep making content about weekly, or however that would work. I'm hoping this works just as good as it should, so hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed my content so far. I made probably, I think this is like at least 20 videos on my channel. It's pretty good. So guys, this is Space and Dragon signing out, so you guys take care, take go, goodbye.
its musicality on the track.